Welcome to Living in Wichita, Kansas. I'm Karen Wright, your local Wichita real estate agent here. I'm here to provide an update on the 2025 housing market, so be sure to stay to the end of the video where I share a current seller story talking about the importance of, keeping your housing paperwork. Shocking. So let's check out what February 2025 is looking like in the housing market. So first, let's talk about home prices. So there's a general expectation for home prices to experience moderate growth. Forecasts suggest an annual increase ranging from about 1 to 4% for 2025. The consensus seems to lead toward a modest, 2.5% national increase. Through the regional variations, of course, we can see some areas where higher appreciation rates due to persistent demand and low inventory. Now I want to share the Wichita numbers as provided by the Wichita State University Real Estate Department. So 2022 was up 11%, 23 was up 10%, 2024 was up more than 8%, and 2025 is forecast to be 7.7%. So you can see these forecasts are higher than the general information I just shared before that. So we're definitely higher in Wichita. And then they looked at Kansas City, Lawrence, Manhattan, Topeka, and it ranges from 3.4 to 5.2%, with 5.2% being the Kansas City. So again, Wichita, we're looking at 7%, so a bit higher. Mortgage rates anticipated to stabilize but remain higher than the pre-pandemic levels, sitting around, of course, 6-7%. Hasn't changed much in the last several years. There's an expectation, I don't believe it, that it might end up around 6.5%, but year end, obviously the Fed with inflation trends and Federal Reserve policies. But the way this year is going with the election and the change at the helm, I think it's just going to stay the same. So I am hearing stuff that the non-real estate sector is saying there's going to be a crash, but I think that's more in the commercial sector. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that throughout the year, because I watch a little bit of real estate stuff and then a little bit of other stuff to kind of give you the full picture. Housing inventory has been slowly increasing, but still below what would be considered healthy levels. This continues to, of course, exert upward pressure on prices. And we've seen that here in Wichita. It just keeps going up, moderately. So new construction is expected to see some growth, but not enough to significantly alleviate the supply constraints, particularly in the urban, suburban markets. That's more of a general statement. Sales volume, there's a cautious optimism regarding home sales, with projections indicating a slight increase over 2024 figures. Of course, I just gave you the Wichita figure, so that's more of a home appreciation, but it is also looking to be better than last year. Wichita expecting almost 5% in building permits, so that's great news. The last few years were showing negative in the permit application for new construction. So this could be due to a combination of the pent-up demand and slightly more favorable mortgage rates. I say that with a question mark, obviously, although the market might not see explosive growth. Now, the market dynamics, talk about that, is characterized by a balance between cautious optimism and ongoing challenges. Does that sound politically correct? The high mortgage rates from previous years, I've said this a lot, have led to that lock-in effect where homeowners are reluctant to sell due to the prospect of securing a new mortgage at a higher interest rate. The 2s and 3s, people have been sitting, which is why the last couple of years have been really low. However, as rates potentially stabilize or slightly decrease, this might encourage more listings, plus people are probably getting more used to the 6%, 7%, and they're just ready to move. Economic and policy influence, the recent U.S. election results could introduce new variables, of course, into the real estate equation, with potential shifts in regulatory, fiscal, and economic policies. Of course, we've seen chaos. These changes could impact everything from mortgage rates to housing affordability and construction activity. So this is going to be an interesting year to watch. I almost don't want to make any predictions this year, so I'm just hoping at this point for a property tax elimination. So I'll keep an eye on that for you guys. I think I saw Florida put some legislation in on that, but think about that. Get rid of your property tax. Wow. And then here's just some extra information. Some sentiments on X, Twitter, indicate a market where sellers are more active due to fatigue for waiting for lower rates. But buyers are hesitant due to the economic uncertainties and high housing costs. Of course, a lot of layoffs we've seen from the government. New listings, price cuts, suggesting, adjusting to current conditions. So overall, while the real estate market in February 2025 is not poised for a boom, it shows signs of stabilization with careful navigation required for both buyers and sellers amidst the ongoing economic volatility and policy changes. That's why this is such an interesting year, because we have not seen a start to it this year ever like this. So and then there's another part. I want to end this video with a reminder and a lesson from a current buyer situation I've got going on right now. It's just always a good reminder to keep your mortgage information handy, even if your house has been paid off for 20 years. Have the document from the mortgage, the lender, that says it's been paid off. I have a situation where the husband did the finances. He passed away a decade ago. Seller moved to assisted living, must have thrown out all the information, not sure of it, or but it's gone now. And so we're in the process of sellers having to pay for a private investigator, and soon, most likely, it's going to happen, an attorney, if the investigator doesn't find anything, which is looking very likely at this point. So again, my heart goes out to my sellers and buyers, and so just always like to kind of share the information as we learn it. The last thing we want is to pay extra added expenses once you're in assisted living. And so just wanted to send a reminder out there. Always know what mortgage company was the last mortgage you had your home on, and better yet, have a document that shows your home has been paid off. With banks going out of business and merging, it makes this task a bit more difficult, especially when you've lived in the home 40 years and it's been paid off for 20. So anyways, well, thank you so much for watching. As always, my contact information is in the description box below. Reach out with any local Wichita real estate questions, and I'll bring you more specific data from our MLS market updates as the year goes along. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day.